What's up, guys? I want to welcome you guys to my YouTube channel, makeThemTECH. It has been a while now, but I want to assure you guys that we are fully back with interesting video tutorials on programming. Today, we want to look at something very interesting titled How to Implement a Simple Image Upload Feature in Node.js. So I believe there are some people out there that would like to know how they can upload an image from the client side up to the server side, save the image, the URL of the image in the database, and then keep the image itself in a folder on the server. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so we want to create a simple image file upload application. What I'm going to be doing now is to first of all create index.html file. Okay, so let me just call it image upload. Then meta sets as UTF-8. Okay. Okay, so here now, let's just build something simple. Div, that's div. Okay, so we have what we call, let's call it H1. Let's call it upload images. Let's just call it then form. So we have inputs type. So what we want to do now, we would like to create more than one input file. So, but let's start with one. Then our button, let's just call it upload image. So I'm not going to be doing anything serious. I just want to create a simple HTML file that we're going to serve on the server. So I'm not going to be using a framework or anything, just do something simple so that we can understand how to upload an image. So on your own, you can decide to use any styling method or any way or anything whatsoever. Yeah. Let's call this. Okay, I think this is okay as it is here. Okay, so what I want to do is this is going to be used as our input file, and then this is the button that will be clicked to upload the image, and then the message to display the progress, the reactions, what is going on is going to be displayed here. So okay, so let's write a small JavaScript file, a small JavaScript to execute some task here. So first of all, let's give this form a name. Let's call it name. It's got to, let's call it image upload. Okay, so then here we have document image upload, and then our input file too. So because we are going to add more input files to the list here, so we are going to get them at once. That's using our that's query selector all. Then we call it input. Okay, so image upload. So let's add event listener, event listener. So that is submit. So we have okay, let me still close this function with E. So if okay, I'm coming. Okay, so then from here, let's do something like console.log and just put something like 2. Okay, so if I run this index as HTML in my browser, this is what we're going to have. We're going to have something like this. And if I click something like this, you can see that this thing is actually reloading. So we have to prevent this behavior. So the next thing we're going to do is to do e.prevent default. Okay, so, and then I would like to, let me bring something like this. Okay. Okay, so I think that is fine. So I want us to use Axios. That's Axios file library. That is to actually upload or to send a data to the server. So we're going to be posting the images, post, and then our data. So actually, because when you want to upload an image, you can't use the regular JSON format. So it had to be a kind of multi-part data format. So, and there is a particular feature, there is a particular, should I use the word module? It's something that is in the browser that handles that for us, and that is called form data. So I can also come here. Yes, so as at the top here. So we can see form data is equal to new form data. Yes. So form data. Okay, let's still leave it like this. Okay, so now let's go to the server side. So we have something working already. Let's proceed to create some things on the server side. So npm, let's initialize something. Okay, so from there, let's install some things. So in this tutorial, because of, instead of me setting up a MongoDB or another kind of database, so we just want to use a simple database called LoadDB. It's very simple, and then it's something you can get started with quickly. So I just want to use that one for the sake of this tutorial. So on your own, you can use any database that you want. So we're going to be installing Express, and then we're going to be installing Malta. So this Malta is a middleware library that helps to uh, uh, pass your multi-part data coming from the client side. So with that, we can get the content of the file being uploaded. So that's Malta. We also have some other library. I think there's one called is it Formidable, something like that. So, but this Malta is very common with Node.js. It's very, 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 very simple to use. And then let me add LoadDB to the collection. Okay, so let me go here. Let me create a file called server.js. Okay, so server.js, let me continue to that's const express. So then it's called Malta. So this is done. Let's call it Malta. Then we have is it LoadDB? Yeah, LoadDB. Let's call it LoadDB. It's got to require that's LoadDB. Then what else? So our app is got to Express. Yes. Then we have ports. Which port should we use? Let's use 3500. Okay, so I think we are good. So now our normal app.use for, let's call it Express. Though we don't really need it, but let's just add it, Jason. Then app. So now to set up our Malta, okay, so that we ensure that this one is working. So let's try app dot. So let's call it listen. So we're going to be using something called, let's just put get. Let's do something like this. So this will be, okay, let's just send something to the client. Say I. So we can test that everything is working perfectly. Okay. So node server. Okay, sorry. That is console.log. Okay, so it's working. Server running on port 3500. Let's go there. And let's localhost 3500. Okay, say I. So our server is working. So now let's set up the okay, what else we want to set up? Okay, so we are going to need a particular folder where our images will be kept, and that is images. Okay, so then for the database, we are this NodeDB is like a flat JSON file database. So let me put something data. So we have a folder. So let's try and set that one up now. So and that one is simple. So we just do our normal file sync. You can see it in the documentation, even right away from the Node modules. You can see it there. And this NodeDB slash adapters slash file sync. So we have the adapter. Adapter then new file sync. So our folder that is data, then the name of our JSON file will not be this. Okay, so then the last thing we have to add to this is db low db adapter. Then we need to also initialize the database, the default images. So it's going to be in an array. Then, so this database uses Lodash syntax. It's just like Lodash. It's even built on top of Lodash. Okay, I think we are fine. So now, okay. So for the Malta, let's do that one. It's also a middleware, so we are going to be using. Okay, then there's something I want us to add to this. We need to serve the content of these images, as in what is going to be inside this images folder on the server. So we need to use our express.static method. So we want to do that now. So let's say we put it. So we want to declare a path called /images, and then we are going to express. That is express.static. Okay. Express.static. So path.resolve. We are going to be doing their name. And these images. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be. So now with this line of code, so when you do your local host, that is :3500/images/ whatever is inside that folder, it will come out. So that's how that works. The other one is that of Malta. Let's get into that now. So that one too is also in the documentation that is used. Then Malta. So we open a bracket, then we open. So now Malta is now we are bringing in the method here. So the method accepts a JavaScript object. So now what is inside the object is now we have what called storage. So storage. So inside storage, now we bring in Malta again, dot disk storage, and then we bring this up. So now inside this one, then we have This is another object to destination, destinations, destination, that's destination. So that's what should we use? Okay, so let's do, so we have request, then we have file, and we have callback. So here now, we have to put in our callback. That's okay, let me even write it as an inline stuff. That's callback. So that gives us null, then the path dot result. So this one is to cater for where the images would be uploaded. So that's that. That is null. That is null. That's the first argument. Then path dot result. Okay. So then the next thing that we need to do is, okay, and just so there is no mistake, that is our file name. So we want to undo file name here. So when the content of what you're uploading gets to the server, it's going to have some things like original name, something like a file name, is it the capacity, is it, as in, we have different things there. You're going to see same thing here. So for this one now, there's something I want to let us understand. You know, somebody can have his file, like his image, named as, let's say maybe the name of this file is maybe Nigeria.jpg, that is, or Nigeria.jpg. So now another person to now wants to upload an image, and that name is also called Nigeria, and that image is also called Nigeria.jpg. So now, so that these images will not override the others, so what we need to do is to rename it, as you add some things to it so that it will differentiate it. So each time someone uploads the same image name, at least whenever it gets here, the name will be changed to something else. So you can, so we are going to be generating a random string that will be concatenating with the name of the image, so that we don't have images for overriding another image or trying to override what is existing already, because the name are similar and they might have different content. I mean, the image might be different. So with that, let's do something like const image name. And then also what we want to do at this point, that somebody can upload an image that has space. We don't want that, so that it does not affect the way to be loaded on the server. So we are going to be tackling the original name, that is original name. So we want to split it. And then how do we split that? So we can do something like, so we have something like this. And that's the regex, A to Z, A to Z. I think this is okay. Then this, then we want to, so what we have done basically here is we want to split it such that they, so whenever, the reason why we are splitting along this line is that, sorry, where is the mistake coming from? That is this splits, yes. Okay, sorry, yeah. Okay, so the reason for this is that if we don't split like this, so we are splitting, so this one is targeting the extension. That is, whenever you have any, so if someone is uploading something like Nigeria.ghana.jpg, it will not split it at the point of Nigeria.ghana. It's going to split it at the point of the extension, that is .jpg. So that is the regex where. So you can see this one means at the end. So you just grab this at the point of dot whatever at the back, and then we pick the first element that gets generated. That is an array. Then we want to replace any space that is there. So let me, there's going to be global. So what are the things like space, something like this, something like there's something like what's it called in the image, then there's something like what else, comma, what else, then hash, and so on. So we want to replace them, and then we replace them with something like this. I think this is cool. Yes. So This is how we can get rid of space, get rid of things like this, get rid of comma, and then hash, and then let's continue. Then I want to grab the image extension also. So that will also be the same thing, file dot original name. So here now we can match directly. That's same principle because it will give us this. So let me just copy what is inside here. Mhm. Okay, so same thing, same principle to grab that for us. And then the last thing we are going to be doing is to generate a kind of random string. That's random. So I want to do something like this. Let me put 18. So this will further convert it so that we can have something something random that can even include alphabets. Okay, so I'm trying to slice it. So it's going to this string is going to give us zero dot something, 0 point something. So slice those things away, start it, and then end it so that we can have just like four characters at the end of the day. So lastly, let's bring in our callback. That's so this one now we're going to be concatenating everything all over again. So the image name will come like this, and then let me put dot like this. Okay, so we have UID following, and then the extension follows immediately. So the extension follows immediately image text. I think this is fine. So I think this is fine enough. Okay. So yes. So let's quickly go over what we've written. This will give us the image name, and then then the random string, randomly generated string, and then we have the image extension there. Okay, so one other thing that we're going to add to this from here, this is we need to put limits. So this is storage, so we need to put limits. So the limits, you can allow someone to upload 2 MB images or images of maybe 3 MB size, and like so. This one we can just leave it at feed size. That's so that's for this 1 MB. So this is times 4. So this is giving us 4 MB. So any image beyond that will never be allowed. Okay, field. So we need now the field that is coming now. This is where we declare it. So there are sometimes we are building an application and we are going to be having more than maybe if you can have different aspect of your application uploading images. Maybe one is for the profile, and then one is when someone is writing an article and the like. So you can set the fields there. So the name that comes, it must tally whatever that is there. So the name of this thing, let's call it images. Images, and then we have to, then the maximum that can be uploaded at once when it comes, if you can put it at, let's say 5. It can be more than 5, it can be more than 5, it can be anything, so something like that. Okay. Oh, sorry. This, yeah. Okay. So I was just looking, I was wondering what's going on. Okay. So, oh, no. It's not this, not like this, not like this. Um, it's not like this. Okay, sorry. So this limit stops here. So the limit stops here like this. Yes. Okay, so the limit stops here like this. And then okay. So Come here. So this one is what? Okay, yeah, sure. Okay. So this one now we have something like okay. Okay, so let me push this to this side. Okay, so now we can have something like dot fields. So that's how that works. You can check out their documentation to see that. So let me now put what I mentioned already. That's images. Then we have the mass count. So let's just say 5. Then what else? Okay, so I think that's all. Okay, so let me just bring this like this. Okay, so let's leave it like this. So this is the fields. Then we have images, we have max count 5, we have the limits this way, and then like this, like this, like this. So this is how to set up the mortal middleware in your code base. And I think what has been explained already is understood. So let's move on now to how to cater for the upload now. So the upload is going to happen via a post HTTP post request, and that is going to be post what would that be? Slash images. And then we have request response. Okay, for this one now, the first thing we need to determine is the person sending this data or the client sending this data, is there something in it? Is it undefined or defined? So we need to put something like type of. So if type of, now the request is files, so you are going to get it through this request object, files, then images. So this thing is going to be enhanced with your mortar. So your mortar is going to make all these things available for you. So remember the name that is coming, images, must tally with what is in your feeds. So here now we are going to do undefined. So if it's undefined, then if it's not undefined, then that's when you will do something about it. So we can look through the data in case the person is sending more than one image. And then that's should we put, okay, let's just say request dot files dot images, and then put something like dot length. So then I increment. Okay, so we now, so at this point now, we have the database already, so we have to use something like that is images. So we get it and then we push. So at this point, this is where you send the data into your database. Okay, so yeah, now I just want to use something like called image. So now the name of the file now, files dot images. So I'm going to put my incremental, then file name. So we're going to put file name. So and that's all for that. Then the next thing that we're going to write, okay, sorry, that is the right. So the next thing we're going to do is to send a reply. Okay, so now this is the loop, and so we want to send a reply to the back to the front end that let's just say success, that is true, and then the message will be um, image loaded. Okay, so that's it for that. Then in case the person sends something that returns undefined, then I'm going to reply with something like this. Status, let's say 400, that's bad request. And that will be, let's say, oh, coming. So that will be error, true. And then the message will be, what should we call the message? Image not found. So let's just use this for now. Okay, so what else do we need to cater for? I think for now, because of our time, let's just leave it at this point. But I want to believe what we have here is error-free. That's images, we push it. So this is the post request. This is the path, the URL to the image upload. So that's what we have. So it's like there's an error somewhere. And where is that error? Okay, yeah. Okay. So we want to, so now let's go back to our index.html. Let's complete what we started there already. So now we need to look through, this is going to, when you use query selector all in your application, if you are targeting an element, it will return an array of that element. So meaning if we have more than one input file, it's going to have all of them in an array format, and then we can look through easily. So that's what we want to do now. So to do that now, we've already declared our form data already. So, and then, so what would that be? What will happen then? So we have said that, okay, const image, yes, we declare this, we declare this. So now when the person clicks on image dot add submit, and then we prevent it from running, and then we can look from here. So let's look for, so that will be let I equal to 0. I'm coming, something just struck my mind now. Okay, yeah. Okay, so from here now we are going to do I less than our input file dot length. So okay, let me just put something like log input file I. So now we have to bring in something called form data dot append, and then that is going to be images. That will be input file dot files. So now it's also in an array when you upload. So you have to capture the first thing. So there are other information that are uploaded, but the file itself is the first element of the array. So it's files. Then you put 0 to get the first thing. So then we going to, what else are we going to do? I think that's settles it. Okay. So with this now, I think we should be fine. Now, there is something I didn't declare here. So that's, let's call it message. So our message is, so that's document dot, should I use query selector? Yes, let's use query selector. Query selector, that's the p tag. Okay. Yeah. So now our message is going to contain something. I'm going to send a message out as something is happening. That is dot. Should we use something like text content instead of inner HTML? Okay, let's use it. Then let's say uploading images. Uploading image. Please wait. Then the axios is underneath form data. So now something is going to come back. Let us do console.log response. That's if you want to check the content. If you're okay, but I already know that that's test content. So whatever comes back, that's response.data.message. Yeah, that's message. Okay, so we have, then when the message comes back, we want to show it for some time before we take it away. So it's good we give the user some times to see what shows up on the UI. So now we are going to be removing that after 3 seconds, and that will be message. So please, this is just something simple. So the issue of putting a loader, putting a toaster and co can solely be done by you. But this is just for us to understand the key concept, which is how to upload an image, how to upload an image. So Then after that, I want to remove everything that has been uploaded. Then the error too can just be console. Let us, okay, so we can just say message dot test content is equal to, let's just say, what should we call it? No image. Let me just say, so no image uploaded. Where you can just, so now let me just copy this exactly what you say on the. Okay, so I want to believe we've done something reasonable here. So should we try out the whole thing? Let's see how it goes. Okay, so let me restart the server and then let me refresh. So if I'm refreshed, okay, there's something I didn't do. So before I refresh, so we need to serve the file. Now that's fine. So we have send file. So that's what needs to be done. That's the, okay, then just pass dot result and then name. Okay, that's index.html. So, okay, so here's what we have. So let me do something. Okay, so let me open our, so let me go to network. Okay, so if I fire something like this, can you see no image uploaded? Then you can see it's coming back with what 400 HTTP status, and then the image is image not found true. So okay, so now let's try and upload an image. Okay, so this, okay, so I will now want to upload now. Can you see image uploaded? Let's go. So let's go to our database first. Can you see? So the name of the file is what 7.jpg. So you can see what has been generated. Yeah. So then the image is inside this folder. You can see it now. So what I need to do is, if I want to see this image, I'll just do like this, and then you can come here. Then I can do localhost 3.5, then slash. Remember the static. So that's the path from this code from here. So we are serving it on the server with this URL. I mean this folder, this image folder here. Okay. So now let me press. So we can see this is the image we have just uploaded. That's it. So we can see this is the URL part. Yeah. So it means if I want to add it to my this thing here, let me just, where should I put it? Should we put it here? Okay, let's put it here. Image source. Okay, let's put it like this. I don't know, maybe it might be too big. Okay, because it might be too big, let me just add a style to it. So let's say width, let's call it the width 300 px. Okay, so then from there, so let's refresh. So we can see, so this is it. So now let's say, for example, we want to upload more than maybe one. So let's see how that works again. So let me just, that's 4. Okay, since we said 5 already, so with this 5 now, let's try and upload some things at once. Okay, so let me refresh. Okay, so from here now, let me select a file. What else should be selected? So let me just move down. Let me select this. That's B25. Just be selecting something random. Yes. Okay, even an error might even occur because everything goes. Okay, so let's fire image uploaded. Yes. So everything has gone. So you can see that it's very fast because it's not like maybe it's passing through one server validation and so everything is just fast. So let's go back. Let's check it. You can see all the files are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So then the database. So let's install it. So I can let me grab this. Let's display what is here. Okay. So let me replace it here. So that's it. This was what we uploaded. So I think with what has been explained so far, we would have been able to get one or two things about how to upload an image to the server. So if there is any question arising, please let me know in the comment section. So you can ask any question, you can also contribute in any way. And then if you are not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please help us. We want to really go faster. We have very good content for us that you'll be seeing from time to time. So please, we would like you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell also, and then you'll be notified whenever an update is made, whenever a new video comes out. So thank you. God bless you. I will see you on the next one.